Miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You're out. Ready.
This is Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
From the gun, Love. He's going to look deep down. This is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Okay, great. I smell fear in that offense. Yes. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54.
Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Ingram. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Yep, I got it. Scene 6.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Go! Get him, you got him. Buzz. Hey, check Mike 27,
From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Break. No, check his Mike. I'm coming after you. Kill. Hey. 95's Mike. Watch out.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And some space here. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Let's go now. 50, plant. All day, dog. Bravo. 95's Mike. What's 95? Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hey, watch it. Blue draw quarters. Go.
The give to Taylor. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 22, here's second and 8. Here's second and 8. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Now!
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Yo, faster! Hit it!
Taylor. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Down! 60 or.
We're scoreless after one.
Ready up?
Check his mic. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Look at me, zipper!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He will find Winslow. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
On the ready. Mike spot four. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. What happened?
Looking to throw on second down. Love. He's got his man Sharp complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Delta. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Operating from the gun. Love. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hester. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Go!
Whip. Watch the whip.
Five.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Watch the curl. Slam. Check three.
Now a give, right side. Taylor, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. He's crossing. He's checking credit.
They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Yes. Shoot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hey, shoot. Yep. Let's go, baby. Big grip.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down, Dolphins.
Let's go. 30 base.
I got you.
Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A reminder, coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On second down now, it's Taylor. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Into the secondary again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
From the gun, Love. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Hester. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball. But you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Hey, Alpha! Ready?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
59.
Now!
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Go! Go!
59.
Fight!
On play action, they'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go, baby.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Wins championships, baby.
Hey, orbit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look, and the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On the counter, Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Sack Mike 70 Indy. Choose the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Go. Banjo. 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 Hatchet. Hatchet. Dog. Dog. Set. Go.
Operating from the gun. Trying to lay one up. He's got him in. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Now let's get there. Where's 52? Man, 52. 52's the mic. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check 52. Orbit.
From the gun, Love. Throw right side complete to Carter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Chad Hunt, 60 Pittsburgh.
Coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw again, and that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now this is fielded in the end zone, so a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch his flat. Kill.
Big rip.
On first down, Taylor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey.
Look at me. Zipper.
Motion.
Hurry.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike 55. Watch the cross.
Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Well, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, Delta. Hey.
Yo, check his mic. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
29 yards. First down, Miami.
Let's go.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
3 down.
They'll run with Taylor. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 22-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Check, Charlie. Check, 52's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. You ain't going nowhere.
Throwing on first down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. Love looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
You're going to see me in your nightmares. Bravo. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. No chance. Ready.
On fourth down, Love. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carter. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Switch gears, switch gears. Kill. Smoke.
Operating from the gun, Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Check safety, check safety. Protein spill.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. throw. Love. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Go, go. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Come on, boy. Ready, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, exit.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Check 55 to Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Buzz.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch a slant. 55's Mike.
Now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Falcons
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On first down, Love. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Love. That's complete to Sharp. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you, punk.
From the gun, Love. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, let's get off the field, G.
Operating from the gun, Love. Down man right side, it's Sharp. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.